Do I actually have anything to prove to anyone? Does anybody own me? No. Pressure off. This book that I've been reading, Awareness, has really helped me to see things in a much more simple manner, right? And it's very interesting because, in part, healing is overwhelming because it's unlearning dysfunctional dynamics like pressure, like that you owe something to somebody, or that you have to prove something to somebody. It's very interesting to be at this point on my journey of healing, and while I'm healing, watching how my energy shifts, watching how people feel about it, how people communicate to me on behalf of that, and with that, just the unfolding of events. It's very interesting because I spent a lot of my life growing up feeling like I had to prove myself to other people, as though other people owned me and I owed something to them. It's a prison. It's absolutely a prison. And when you get caught in that prison, ooh, yeah, no. It's very interesting. There are mental prisons that a lot of people are stuck in as a result of different mind games, right? That people create and then play, right? Individual autonomy, the capacity to communicate to somebody that whatever it is that they choose to do in life is their choice. Powerful. It's the opposite of control. One creates fear, the other one creates confidence. When you try to control somebody using tactics of manipulation, right, you instill fear in them. That voids confidence. Instead, when you encourage somebody and allow them the space to choose whatever feels best for them, on their time, when they're ready, if they so choose, that instills confidence in a person. And it's very interesting because a lot of people growing up, right, they were introduced different ideas, oftentimes by parental figures, that locked them inside of these beliefs that they had something to prove, or that they wouldn't be good enough. It's bullshit. It's all an illusion. That's all that it is. So stepping outside of this feeling that you need to prove something to people, that's liberation. And until you do that, you'll live your life for other people rather than for yourself. And by the way, it's not selfish to live your life for yourself. It's what you need to do because you have a life to live. It's interesting that I say that because this book that I'm reading, Awareness, also talks about selfishness and how people try to trap us inside of these ideas of being selfish. To the extent of selfishness, perhaps we are all selfish because we all have needs, right? We all have things that we need to do for ourselves. But that's not something to be ashamed of. That's not something to be manipulated out of. But yet people manipulate, and that's just the way that they are. It's not healthy, of course. It is toxic. And there are mental prisons that are created as a result of that. Stepping outside of that is what's necessary. But yeah, I don't have anything to prove to anyone. And that's very liberating. Nobody owns me. Nobody does. I am an autonomous individual who can make choices for himself. And anybody that tries to come to me with this whole idea of show me this and then I'll tell you, no. And it's so interesting too because this also has to do with boundaries. It's so funny when you hear somebody come to you with an energy of you need to prove this or that to me. It's like, what fantasy or fairy tale are you living in? No, I don't. By the way, boundaries, right? Where I begin and where I end has nothing to do with what it is that you're suggesting I need to prove to you.